So B, Rabbinic Prohibition. Okay. The preceding discussion is an analysis of the biblical law. The sages, however, forbade even reason for no constructive purpose. No, mindless. In practice, then, it is forbidden to raise any letter, figure, or a picture for any reason, and even for no reason at all. Right? No reason, and even for no reason at all. And something, I guess, that would not stay there long. Okay. For example, it is forbidden to cut through any letters or pictures in a food wrapper. Right? So that's we have to be very careful. Some food wrappers they made from material. I don't know what material, but maybe cheaper. I don't know, but it's like falls apart, like plastic. It's like rips like a cross. Like I'm not sure why should be such a cheap wrapping material, right? So in this, if you know you have something of it, you must be very careful. If you need the proper, of course, open everything before Shabbos. But if you must open in Shabbos because you forgot, no problem. So take the scissors, like cut very very precisely, so you would not cut any letters or marks or something. The biggest problem is with sugar packets, right? Like when you go to the shul, so they buy they give you sugar packets. I'm sure it's 1 teaspoon, maybe less. I don't know. I guess it's less, maybe half teaspoon. I don't know how many. Right, but in some of them there is almost no writings. But now I remember in sweeteners, so they're like Splenda, Schmendra, whatever is it, right? And there is like a lot of script in there. So in order to cut, to open this packet, you have to be very precise, and it's possible to open correctly, right, without destroying the script. But many people just they read and that's it, which is absolutely forbidden. Okay, so food wrappers. However, there is an exception to this prohibition. The sages forbid it only. Number one, erasing illegible script, right, or a disordinate figure from any surface, even without benefiting from the purpose, right? So they so sages prohibited erasing illegible script or cut it in half. Of course, so when you cut it, so that's in a sense you're erasing. Or a discernible figure from any surface, doesn't matter what surface, right? Even without beneficial purpose. And number two, erasing non-descriptive mark, for example, ink blot, even for no beneficial purpose, from the surface that are commonly used for writing. There's a paper. Okay. So first one is erasing something like scripts, digits or a figure or something, right, from the sources without beneficial purpose, right? Just erase. And second, if it's not is in like ink blot, not the script mark, even for no beneficial purpose from the surface that is commonly used for writing. So meaning if you have a spillage or something on your tablecloth or on a chair or something on floor, there is no problem. So because people usually don't write on these surfaces. So in this case, yeah, you would be able to take napkins or wipe out the spillage. There is no problem. No problem. Okay, so let's see. In each of these cases, the act of erasing is somewhat similar to the biblical prohibited acts and is merely lacking the accompaniment of the intent for beneficial purpose. The sages did not forbid, however, erasing non-descriptive mark from a surface that is not commonly used for writing. Okay. So again, the sages did not forbid, however, erasing non-descriptive mark from a surface that is not commonly used for writing. As I said, this on the floor, right? Since no figure is being erased, so again, it's not non-descriptive mark. And the erasure from this type of surface cannot be viewed as preparatory for writing. Nobody's going to write on the floor or something. An act bears no resemblance to the biblically prohibited melacha. Okay, so that's not a problem. Obviously, this pertains only when it is not the eraser intent to write something new in the place of erasure. So the like stupid people, of course, right? So that they want to write everywhere. Okay, so that's a different story. But just to clean up the spillage, there is no problem. It is a non-descriptive mark with intent to write is violation of biblical prohibition, right? So there is no doesn't matter what you erase. Erasing meaning whatever you erase with intention to write. That's the first opinion. Okay, prohibition. Even when the surface is not commonly used for writing, so it's irrelevant since person erased with intention to write on top of it. Yeah, so that's a biblical prohibition. To illustrate, it is prohibited to wash off the distinct figures that are written on one's hands, even when one does not intend to write anything else there. Right. So meaning, right, a person wrote phone number, right? So somebody phone number before Shabbos and right and this and that, and then guess what? Now Shabbos starts, so she looks at the hands. Whoa! I cannot wash until last a dime, right? Because what? Guess what? It's going to erase this thing. It's not about losing the phone number, right? But it's the bigger problem is erasing. However, it is permitted to wash off the ink stain, since human skin is not commonly used for writing upon. So skin, eligible mark is a problem, but stain, there is no problem. Commentary. Note washing on Shabbos is permitted only with liquid soap that flows freely. So that's a different story. It's on Shabbos kitchen. I think we'll learn it. Right? You cannot you use the bar soap, right? Because you smooth down, and in bar soap you also erasing. I haven't used a bar soap for a very long time, but like from olden days, you see the letters, right? There is a brand name or whatever. There is some writing. So when we use it, you in some sense you smooth it, but plus you erase these letters as well. Okay. Similarly, while it is forbidden to wash off numbers that are printed on fruit. So in olden days, they would put ink stamp on the fruit. Today they do stickers. Stickers you can remove. There is no problem. Why you can remove stickers? Because it was put there temporarily, right? Only temporary until you're going to eat. Okay. So but in olden days, I remember on pears, on bananas. On bananas I don't remember, but on apples for sure they would put the stamp. Right. So again, similarly, while it is forbidden to wash off numbers that are printed on fruit, it is permitted to wash in illegible ink, like whatever was it, right? Stain of the fruit. Okay. Since fruit is not commonly used as writing surface, so now it's like a little leniency, and it's not leniency. It's not leniency, right? I mean, but it is in some sense, right? So it says that we're not allowed to raise this illegible like a spillage, ink blood, right? If you plan to write something over, but if you just want it's like you prepare preparing the source. But in this case, like if you want just clean fruit, there is no problem, because usually people don't write on fruits. Another illustration. It is forbidden to erase distinct figure that were scrolled on a foggy window panes. But it is permitted to wipe any in non-distinct scrolling, since window panes are not commonly written upon. Okay, so I think it's a very good example. Right, so you have these window panes, and some kids or whatever, let's say they wrote something or drew something before Shabbos, right? now it's embarrassing. People are going to come, right? And they have a company, and it's a little embarrassing. So of course you're not allowed to erase if it was only if they wrote something and draw something, it would not be allowed. But if they just take like fingerprints or something, then in this case, yeah, you would be allowed. Actually, fingerprints is a problem. No, if they did something with a fist or something, yeah, so they clean up a little. So in this case, yeah, would be able to clean completely, right? But fingerprints, I think we said in writing, it's a distinctive mark, because it's unique to you personally. Okay, so next one. I have a question about erasing. Okay, I wonder, what would be considered the discernible figure, since one can argue a small dash or dot to be yud or vav. Usually it's not. So discernible figure is something like I don't know. Let's give an example. You have a cake, right, and you have a flower there. So you write flowers all around from the cream. So you're not allowed to cut through the flower. So that would be something discernible, right? If it's only ink blot, so it's not discernible. So discernible meaning that something did it on purpose. Maybe sometimes they would come out by itself. There's a HaShem let's say something looks like something, like somebody sent me a picture. Maybe I asked this person from Jerusalem, and one of guys, he watches some of our videos. I'm not sure what. Okay, it's very interesting. So he told me that he moved his what is it called, like a dresser, right? Dresser, and because he wanted to paint in his mother's apartment, and he showed me and he took a picture. I'm not sure. I don't remember how they put it. It was a dirt, or I don't know what it was. Whatever was it, but it looks like 100%. You look at it, it's 100% like a man with tefillin on. So he said, I don't know. That's what he said. It looks like his uncle. It's very interesting. Of course, there is Photoshop today. You can do everything, but he's on a more simple level. He does not have a computer. So I said, why don't you join us for a class? He said, I don't have a computer. I have a motorcycle. Right, like a small one that we have. They have in Jerusalem, and I have a phone. That's all I have. Interesting. So I don't. If he does not have a computer, I don't think he would do Photoshop. Right, very interesting. Okay, so that would be something nobody did something on purpose, but it is discernible that looks like a person.